Nicole, this finding comes in a report published by the charity today.
That's right, Colette. This new report from Threshold shows that it prevented 1,121 households from becoming homeless during this period. The charity saying it's seeing a huge increase in the number of people contacting its helpline. It's dealing with one call every 20 minutes or so, nearly 9,000 people contacting the helpline during this period, and more than 1,300 of these contacts were in relation to notices of termination. Now, 60% of these notices were in cases where landlords wanted to sell up, but after further inspection by Threshold's advisors, 46% of these notices were actually deemed to be invalid. And Threshold says it is a very, very worrying time because landlords are looking to leave the market, an awful lot of them, and there is very little alternative supply out there. And it says that the eviction ban that's been introduced is very necessary, but it's not really ideal. And what it wants the government to do is to use this period wisely to look at other methods of increasing supply.
We also need to look at other issues. For example, can we use the tax system in ways in which it might incentivise smaller landlords to sell on to a local authority or an approved housing body? Is that an option? Are there other areas in the tax system whereby smaller renters may decide to stay rather than leave the sector? And government needs to look at other kind of stock that might be available as well and used for housing, because it's all about supply at this stage.
Threshold also saying today that it wants to see the cost rental scheme really ramped up, and it wants to see the legislation around short-term lets properly enforced. And it says that a combination of all these measures should help to increase supply. But it is reminding people that if they do have any queries or difficulties with their tenancy or with evictions, they can contact Threshold and their advisors will be able to look at all the documentation and advise them properly.